Hey there, my name is Dee, and this art video is part 2 in a 3-part series showcasing the My Pass Along Journal prompt book series, a discovery of self-worth through the eyes of others created by Helen Cole. We're currently hosting an art contest where the winner or winners will receive the prompt book edition of their choice. You can choose between the Christian edition, the standard edition for women and girls, or the standard edition for everyone. You can find the rules and deadline for the art contest in episode 1, linked in the cards in the description, or in the description of this video. I'll also link another video where I show each book more in depth all together. Episode 2 will be looking at the standard edition for women and girls. I'll be doing 2 prompts from this book. The table of contents lists all the prompts available and the pages they can be found on. The first prompt I'm doing focuses on this page, creating bookmarks. This journal is supposed to be passed around to friends and family so that it can be filled out by them about the person the book is for, whether that's you or a loved one you purchased it for. The first bookmark I'm making is for the table of contents, so it can be quickly found by whomever receives the book. My idea was little light bulbs, for ideas, in cute little forms like butterflies, ladybugs, and flowers. The second bookmark is meant for the person who is handing the book off to leave on a page they think the next person might like. This design came off a little more Valentine's Day-ish, which I didn't intend, but it's supposed to revolve around the word love, and Valentine's Day has created somewhat of a monopoly around that word, the love heart and pink, red, and white, so what can you do? And for a final step, this isn't necessary, but I thought it'd help them last a little longer, doing a simple DIY laminating by using packing tape on each side of the bookmark and trimming the edges. Now they're shiny, sturdier, and a little more polished looking. The next prompt I did was draw them as a superhero. The person I'm drawing is my friend Natalie. You might remember me mentioning her from past videos. She's provided me with so much knowledge, constructive criticism, inspiration and ideas, and even art supplies. Natalie has always been one of the biggest supporters of my art. She's had many years of experience in working with pretty much every type of medium or project that you can think of. She paints, she sews, she makes custom jewelry, which she shows on Instagram. Here's her plug. She does woodworking, she sculpts, and so much more. I'm not drawing her with any type of magical powers or superhuman abilities because what she's capable of already is amazing. I'm drawing her holding a paintbrush because she's amazing at painting and wearing some jewelry she's actually created, plus a necklace she's holding in her hand. She also paints tote bags like the kind you would take to the farmer's market or the beach, which I didn't decide to add in until later, so I had to use a little bit of craftiness to get it to fit in. And I'm copying straight from a bag that she's posted on her Instagram, which is one of my favorite designs. Quick story, Nat invited me over to her house pre-pandemic so that I could make a welcome sign as a gift for my parents. And it required me working with a 5-foot-tall plank of wood, and I had to use her Craig hole jig machine, which I couldn't explain even if I wanted to, but at the time I had my 2 kids with me, one who couldn't even walk yet, so I had to bring the baby walker for him. She would be bouncing back and forth room to room helping me with my project and then going to entertain my children so they wouldn't feel bored and left out. She set up my oldest with his own little set of paints at the table and a couple pieces of wood to paint on, and he really loved that. And she was constantly talking to my younger one who was trapped in his walker with not a lot of room to move around, but everybody had a really great time because she just makes the most pleasant atmosphere to be around. I'll be using gouache for the tote bag, and I just wanted to show this cute little stone flower thing that I got from the dollar store for $2. I think it's a tea candle holder, but since I don't have any tea candles, I found another use for it, which is actually more beneficial for me personally. I can balance a couple paintbrushes on it, and I just thought it was super cute. So here I'm using my white Posca pen to erase the liner that I did before I realized I was going to put a bag here. Gouache paint will cover over the Posca pen, which I did test this out before, which is always a good idea because my alcohol markers do not cover the white Posca pen. So it's always good to test mixing supplies before you use them on your actual piece. And I felt the need to add a background, which I kind of regret now because I don't really like the way it looks with the paint splotches I added. So here are what I created for these prompts. I'm putting my bookmarks in the standard edition because my other editions got sent off to our last giveaway winners. But Helen Cole is ready to hand out more copies to one or more winners of our art contest, so be sure to check out the rules in the description below and check out episode 1 if you missed it. Episode 3 will be coming soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching. See ya!